Y'all could just carry padlocks and, like, lock the back of the U-Hauls with all of the Yahtzees in them. Could do that.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Got a real fun one lined up for tonight. We are mixing back together the men and the women, and I picked out some real winners. Let's get into it.
All you super patriots absolutely piss me off. I am so disgusted by the way this has all transpired. The receipts are out. The receipts are public, and now you can actually verify the vast majority of the 240 people that were disappeared to a Venezuelan prison that you all were cheering for because they were rapists and murderers and criminals beyond all belief. That all has been disproven. And so while you all sit back quietly and allow this kind of stuff to happen in a country that we all stood up and said that we would protect and defend, you're full of shit. You're weak, you're chickens, and you're absolutely hypocrites.
Good morning, Free Palestine. I just want to thank all the Trump voters that came to my post about wondering who my therapist voted for and being just as vile and disgusting as you have to be to vote for a rapist, and proving to me how important it is to make sure that I avoid people like you. It's crazy because you guys are trying so hard to be mean, but you're so bad at it. You're only making yourselves look bad, and boy, do you guys look...
This is your reminder that Kilmar Abrego Garcia is still not back in the States after the Supreme Court ordered 9-0 for number 47 and his administration to facilitate his arrival back to the United States. And it's not important just in the fact of he as an individual, as a human being treated this way and illegally being detained and illegally being shipped to a foreign country. It's also pretty important because he is the face, okay, of every other human being that was taken illegally, unjustly, under this administration, who we don't know the names of. So, okay, here we go again, TikTok algorithm. I'll take on the heat, but at least it'll fucking go into the wave of awakenings again.
I fucking hate being a woman. This shit sucks.
As we're dealing with all the horrible crap that's going on, just remember, it's your fault too. If you still talk to your maggot dad, if you let your racist brother fucking talk shit at the dinner table, you're the problem. Have some convictions.
So I just realized that I can't go to Starbucks to buy my lemon pound cake. So we can even be fat in this country, bro. I'm just trying to eat. I just wanna eat. I just need a snack. I want a lemon pound cake. Like, what? And I can, because I can't go to Starbucks.
Disgust around bodily fluids and waste is not a universal experience. This is what I mean when I say that Americans center your own worldview and think that your worldview is the absolute one. There is a Ugandan woman on this platform on TikTok that makes a lot of videos of how she uses cow manure in order to repair baskets and to also repair the floor of her home. And she touches the cow manure with her bare hands to smear it on the floor, to smear it on her baskets. When Haitian people, my people, built the citadel, the fort that they used to protect themselves after chasing away and fighting away the French, they used the manure of animals like goats in order to build the citadel. In many cultures, blood is used in ritual sacrifices. Blood is used as oftentimes adornment. In certain African indigenous groups, I don't remember it at the top of my head, but they actually wash themselves with the urine of cows because it's a natural repellent for certain insects.
All right, so right off the bat, what I want to know is why I have this girl with a furry face telling me that if I find somebody who's playing around with turd, manure, whatever she wants to call it, if I find that nasty, she didn't say it, but she has it labeled right there. Why does that make me a white supremacist? Because it's uncivilized, and I consider myself a civilized individual, so that makes me a white supremacist. Now, what she's explaining here using literally bodily feces for, I guess, constructive purposes. She's saying one woman repairs her baskets and her floors, that her house must stink, but that is completely uncivilized. A couple hundred years ago, maybe this made sense, but we have something called cement now. And not to sound stereotypical, and I know, some liberals might say that this is a racist comment, but that's not at all how it's meant. She did mention that she's from Haiti, and she was talking about the whole manure thing over there as well to, repair the citadel and whatnot. But then all of a sudden she starts bringing up sacrifices and blood rituals. How it's considered even adornment and whatnot. Sorry, but on this side of the world here, we don't really do that voodoo type thing. We don't really approve of sacrifices. So she wants to sit there and literally defend the use of poop to repair baskets, to repair floors, to build forts and build walls and adorn people with blood. It's not really accepted so much in this side of the world. I mean, the blood part especially, but I mean, if you want to go into your own home and repair a basket with some poop, okay, that's on you. But at the end of the day, it is nasty, it's disgusting, it's uncivilized, but I don't deserve to be called a white supremacist for thinking that, because I'm just pointing out the truth and what's obvious. Now, it's funny because white people keep having the finger pointed at them over and over and over. Oh, you guys are white supremacists. You guys are racist. You guys have so much privilege that you're not even aware of. Yet, I see people with brown skin flapping off their mouth and saying a lot of things that they shouldn't be saying. Now, again, in this video, she did not verbally say it, but this is what she meant. So just as I say to the white, mentally ill, pandering liberals, that it's time for them to shut the hell up when it comes to all their pandering and telling us how we're racist and how white people don't deserve to be here, I'm going to say the same thing to the mentally ill black liberals. You all just need to shut the hell up at this point. Now, honestly speaking, on TikTok, on X, and other platforms, I do see a lot of videos of black individuals on the left that are bitching, whining, and moaning about how oppressed they are and how unfair life is and how privileged white people are. But the truth is, who's really causing the division here? Because I'll tell you one thing I don't see. I don't see videos on X or on TikTok of, say, white kids going into a department store and just grabbing stuff off shelves and walking out freely. I also don't see white mothers holding their babies going behind the counter at McDonald's and just grabbing whatever they want. I also don't see any other white individuals try and walk into a department store with a receipt that doesn't belong to them and trying to return a product that they never bought there and then flipping out when it doesn't work. I'm also not seeing any videos of white individuals getting on TikTok and bashing black people, but I'm kind of seeing it coming from the other end quite a bit. And I think, enough is enough.
Hey, just want to let you know that you're actually not a good Christian. You're actually just a racist, misogynistic bigot that hides behind your faith while not even understanding what it's even about, what the original message was. Instead, you fall for propaganda in order to mask the hate and prejudice that you hold, and you have ruined our country. Thank you. Mwah. Oh, and you're totally going to hell. Oh my God, seriously? You think Jesus likes racists? You think Jesus likes bigots? You think Jesus thinks it's funny when you laugh that people are being deported, that families are being split up, that people no longer have health care, X, Y, and Z? You are so burning in hell, and it's hilarious. Hilarious.
This is a question for all of the Trump supporters out there. If Trump is such a good president and loves America, why is he deporting a bunch of immigrants from other countries? That doesn't seem super welcoming or loving. Hold on. Oh, sorry, I had a cough. That doesn't seem very welcoming or loving to me.
So one of the fun statistics us social researchers have noticed lately is that the rise in incels and the amount of misogyny going on online is actually fueling the feminist revolution. It is causing so many more young women to see how fucking awful so many young men are, and a lot of them are choosing to be single, choosing not to date as much, focus on themselves. And all of their hate is actually having the exact opposite effect. Wow, imagine that.
Hey, if you see this flag and your first thought is pride and support for those people living the way they want to, good job, we should be friends. But if your first thought is this flag represents sex, you're part of the problem and you can go away. Okay, good talk, bye.
Hey, MAGAs.
for all the red states, how's your Medicaid?
Let's not fall for the propaganda that college isn't the number one thing that will help you. Like, college should not be expensive. Yeah, that's crazy. But, like, that Charlie Kirk debate, that goes to show you that what you want is to be college educated enough to pwn your enemies. College is the answer. Why do you think they're trying to tell you it's not?
Like, how are you guys handling this? Because I can't. Like, they are hunting us down like animals. Like, and are you all okay with this? Just because we look this way? Just because of our names? Like, what? I'm so angry. Like, there is so much rage watching those videos of raids in construction sites, like on the street, and by Proud Boys, by white supremacists. They're hunting us down because we look this way, because we speak this way, because we go, like, I don't understand how people are still defending this man. Like, I don't get it. Make me understand. Because I can't. I cannot wrap my head around you hunting people down because they look the way they look. Like, what?
Well, I'll try and make her understand. I mean, it's a pretty basic concept. ICE has been around a very long time, and they've been doing this usually every year. There's usually, ICE raids. There's people usually being deported, except there was kind of like a 4-year gap. I'm not exactly sure why, but there was 4 years that they kind of took off. And now that the United States actually has a real president back in the Oval Office, ICE is active again. ICE is not hunting down your people because of how they look or what their names are. They're not just going after people that are from Mexico. They're going after people that are either cartel affiliated or criminals. If it just so happens that other people are picked up along the way that should not be there because they're undocumented, they're not Americans, and they're working there illegally, then so be it. Now, despite the fact that she's crying, I'm going to assume that she's actually a documented American citizen and that she's just freaking out like most other liberals do about other people that are not documented actually getting booted out of the country. It's also very obvious that she's been propagandized though, because she's talking about you have the Proud Boys and white supremacists out there hunting down people just because of how they look. No, that's not at all what's going on. This is all propaganda from the left. People showing up, wearing masks. Yes, they are masking themselves. Again, I've explained why. You liberals are actually pretty unhinged. These people do not want to get doxxed. They don't need you showing up at their house and trying to harass them. They're actually American citizens just trying to do their job. Showing up in unmarked cars. Yes, that's what they're supposed to do. They're not supposed to let you know that they're coming from 3 blocks away. They're supposed to sneak up and catch you. That's what ICE does. I honestly do not know what's so disturbing to people here. Like, yes, if you have friends that are undocumented and they got deported, yes, it is kind of a sad situation. There is people out there in the United States who are actually good people. They're just not in the country legally. So, unfortunately, it's part of the rules. They have to go. If they're caught, they got to go. That's not who the Trump administration is actively trying to hunt down, though. Again, if they're caught in the mix, they're caught in the mix. ICE is nothing new. This has been going on for decades. It's really funny because years ago, you can see footage. You can see video footage of Democrat presidents talking about having to deport people. You see Hillary Clinton talking about how needing to deport people. You see, Barack Obama talking about how we need to deport people. Bill Clinton, we need to deport people. But as soon as it's Donald Trump, oh my God, this guy is a heartless dictator. He wants to send them all off to concentration camps. You guys are propagandizing. You guys are gaslighting and you're fear-mongering each other, making it sound like Donald Trump is going to take people that were born in the United States and send them off to Gitmo. All of you liberals out there, do yourselves a favor, take a break from each other and turn off your TVs for a while.
Good afternoon, Free Palestine. Did you guys ask your therapist who they voted for? Because I feel like I need to ask my therapist who they voted for, because I go for EMDR therapy and I'm trying to deal with some SA issues, and I don't want to do that with someone who voted for an SAer. Now, I looked it up, and according to the internet, you are allowed to ask, but your therapist can also deny answering that question, and I'm just curious if anyone else has done it and how it went for you. Because here I am already going to like a white man as a therapist because he's the only person in my area that does EMDR therapy. And quite honestly, I have liked him as a therapist, but I know absolutely nothing about him as a person on purpose because I don't want to. I don't want to be in conflict with my therapist. But obviously I can't move forward without knowing. So I'm curious, you did it. How'd it go? What did they say? Thank you.
Why is it that all you MAGA right now that are in my mentions are afraid to show your face? Why is it? Are you embarrassed? Are you afraid mommy's going to kick you out of the basement? You know, most of you come here with that private profile, not showing your face. That tells me everything I need to know. I know, the hair triggers you, I get that. I get it, soy boy. Your dad raised a pansy. Run along now. The adults are taking over.
Just know that if someone says that it's just politics and it's not personal, that they are not personally affected by politics. And that is why there's a general consensus that if you voted for Trump or you are a Republican, you probably shouldn't be a social worker or a mental health counselor or a therapist. I know that there's going to be people coming to my comment sections upset about that. I don't really care. I firmly believe that if you vote for someone who's actively trying to harm marginalized groups, that you probably shouldn't be in a position of helper or healer. Because whether you want to believe it or not, politics are personal. And I don't know how you can vote for someone who is trying to harm people with less power in this country and then sit across from them and be their therapist and their healer. Like, it just doesn't, it's giving abuser helps the abused. I don't know how you sleep at night.
The best part about America is that you can be anti-American here in this country. Our Constitution allows it. Literally, the First Amendment, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, which means you have the freedom to express your opinion and what you think and don't think about certain subjects and topics. Yeah, I hope I am the face of anti-American, because the America that you guys live in is fucked, okay? All right, thanks, bye.
If this is on your For You page, you like bops and weird women, and I'm really mentally unstable. What is wrong with me?
We live in a world with anger management classes for those of us that can't seem to keep our temper under control. But where's the stupidity management classes? Because 9 times out of 10, when I get angry, it's because some idiot is doing something so stupid and moronic that it just pisses me off. So let's get some stupidity management classes, and then some of us won't be so angry.
It's been day 5 and I have not received no food stamps. My disability checks is on hold. My cash benefits is not coming no more. They're still pending. It is the taxpayer's job to pay for my kids to eat and for my kids to be taken care of. I have over 2,000 followers on TikTok and I can't get not one person to send me 50 cents. If you're watching this fucking video and you can't send me nothing, I'm blocking you. I'm fucking blocking you. 50 cents. My kids have not ate in 5 days. It is the taxpayer's responsibility to take care of my kids. Yo, I just seen a video and that's exactly what the fucking lady was saying, bro. I'm fucking dead.
I haven't been able to afford groceries in my house in 5 days. Multiple people have reported me to DHS. So my food stamps have been cut off, my cash benefits, my Section 8, all of our disability checks are on hold right now. I have no money. I am going to lose my trailer. I'm going to get evicted because the state is refusing now to pay my rent. So I have to come up with $1,100 now every month. I can't afford that. The state has been paying my utilities for years. How am I supposed to pay my light bill? How am I supposed to keep my lights on? How am I supposed to pay my cell phone bill? I can't get a job. I'm not going to get a job. This is your responsibility as a taxpayer to support me and my kids. I have over 200,000 followers and I can't get one person to help pay my bills. One person. But a white woman comes on here, calls a 5-year-old a slur, and makes almost $1 million on a GoFundMe. So is that what I have to do to get some help from you guys? This is so sad.
All right, so obviously the first part of the clip was satire, and that's what actually got me to hunt down this girl here. And it didn't surprise me when I seen her face. When she says, yo, that's what your girl was talking about. And I was like, I have a feeling I know who she's talking about, because I've pulled up this girl's clips in the past. Since Donald Trump has become president, or actually since November, this girl has went back and forth with videos about how she's lost her food stamps, and she begs all of her viewers online to help her out. Then all of a sudden she gets her food stamps back, and then she's thanking the government. Once Donald Trump was in office, she blamed Donald Trump when her food stamps went again. 2 days later, she's back to thanking Donald Trump and blessings that she voted for him. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So it did not surprise me that it was going to be her. But one thing I can say is the welfare system out there, I guess that's SNAP, food stamps, whatever welfare is just called out there. I think it's got a different name, but out here it's just called welfare, guys. Out here in Canada, man, welfare don't do nothing for you. You can have rent out here on average for a 4.5 apartments, four rooms, bathroom and a half or whatever, you are literally looking at like probably for like a bit of a slummy place that's not great, you'd have to worry about bugs and stuff, you're probably looking at like $1,400 a month now. And if you were just a single individual with no children, you're not even getting half of that on welfare out here. So it sounds to me like welfare out there has really been taking care of their citizens, giving them much more money in food stamps than you need, because I've seen video after video after video of people shopping in the grocery store proudly about how much food they're bringing home, then showing you video of their kitchen cupboards after, and it looks like store shelves. They have more food in their cupboards than my wife and I can afford to put in this house here together. And we make a decent salary. And then from the impression I'm getting is that the state literally just pays your rent. They don't even send you like a check. Am I correct about that, guys? Did they just like kind of take care of your utilities and your rent and then send you food stamps? And you just get to literally chill on your ass all month and do nothing? That literally almost sounds like ghetto paradise. And I could see why some of these people just get fat and overweight and sit on the couch and never want to get up, because everything's being taken care of for them. But on the other side of the coin, I can see how the government is cracking down on that now and why they're doing it. It needs to be done. Enough is enough. If somebody is an able-bodied person that's actually able to get up and go to work, they should be able to get up and go to work. If they have kids that are holding them back and they can't, okay, that's a reason why you should be home with some government assistance. But do they need to give you more money in food stamps than somebody who works a full-time job can afford at the grocery store? I don't think so. I was looking a little bit more into this situation, a little bit more, I guess, of the ghetto life out there in the United States when it comes to people that are on government assistance and whatnot. And I've downloaded some clips I'm going to use in a future video, showing some situations where, say for instance, there's this one girl who's showing off like her expensive purse and saying that she's never getting off of welfare. Everything's taken care of for her, and she could still go out and buy all these luxury gifts that people that work can't afford. So yeah, this is a serious problem. That is what you call waste, fraud, and abuse of the system. If I'm correct, the government out there is giving a certain time frame for people to actually prove that they're eligible to have these benefits or whatnot. And certain people that are able-bodied, but if they can't work, even if they could put in 20 hours a week of like community service or volunteer work, that would keep them on their benefits. I think that's a pretty fair trade. If you have all these food stamps, that's what blows my mind again, guys, is the food stamps. If you have all these food stamps and the state is paying for your rent and they're paying your utilities, and all you have to do is 20 hours a week of volunteer work, that's easily more than fair. But to actually watch videos of these people bitching and complaining and whining and moaning about how they're going to be losing some of their benefits because they actually have to get off their butt and do something. Again, if your kids are grown, your kids have a job, but you're still sitting on your butt and doing nothing, you don't deserve to have those benefits. Absolutely crazy. I honestly had no idea that people that were living off of government assistance literally had it that good out there. If I'm incorrect, guys, fill me in the comments below. If you guys know anything about this type of stuff, what type of benefits that they can get, can they literally just have their rent paid, their utilities paid, and their groceries all taken care of for doing nothing? Is that really a thing? Let me know in the comments below. All right, guys, that's it for this video. If you guys like this type of content, please consider subscribing to the channel if you are new. If not, if you can like the video, share the video, interact with it in one way or another, press a button or something, that'll be greatly appreciated. And I shall see you guys in the next video. Have a good one, guys.
There is no way to be livid enough for the lies Donald Trump has told us about Russia and Vladimir Putin, and the lies that MAGA have pretended were true. And now, finally, Donald Trump has proven that he was lying. Yes, MAGA, he admitted he has been lying to you. In 2016, he said, "Russia, are you listening?" and asked them to break into an American political institution and commit a crime to disrupt the election, and they did. He had his son meet with Russian agents in Trump Tower, and they did. He sent internal polling data secretly through his campaign manager to Russian oligarchs, and then he lied and denied having any connection to Russia at all. He called it a hoax. He said he's been tougher on Putin than anybody. It is a lie. He has been always covering for Putin, but you, MAGA, have fallen for the lie that he stands up to Putin and that he is not in bed with Russia. And today, Donald Trump said in a Truth Social post, "Putin, I have been covering for you. Things could be much worse for Russia. Things would be bad, really, really bad, if not for what I have already done." That's right. He is admitting he has been covering for a foreign adversary. He is admitting that he has not been tough on Putin or strong against Russia. He is admitting that he has taken their side and protected them in spite of American interests. If that does not make you furious, you are not listening and you are not being true to America.